Hi everybody, this is Rose with Sharon, and I'm back again with another book review. I just recently read JRR Tolkien, edited by Christopher Tolkien, The Fall of Gondalin, and illustrations are provided by Alan Lee, and the illustrations are absolutely spectacular. It's actually a very short book based on the last manuscript that Tolkien wrote. And Tuor was his main protagonist, and it was actually part of this manuscript entitled The Exiles of Gondalin. This is the last time that we are ushered into the realm of Middle-earth. And it's actually kind of sad, but it's very, very stirring and enchanting and sweeping, as Tolkien's epics have always been. And of course, Christopher ends it. And it's very interesting. And it states, "My history thus ends with the prophecy of Mandos. I will end the book with a repetition that I wrote in my edition of the great tale of the children of Hurin. It is to be borne in mind that the time of the Quenta Noldorwina represented, if not only in a somewhat bare structure, the full extent of my father's imagined world. It was not the history of the first age, as it afterwards became, for there was no second age, nor third age. There was no Numenor, no hobbits, and of course no ring." And of course it lists the different names that are important in the epics, especially in this one. And it also has archaic English that isn't often used. Additional notes. The name Ainur, translated Holy Ones, derives from my father's myth of the creation of the world. He set down the original conception according to letter 64, from which I have cited a passage on page 21. When at Oxford, he was employed on the staff of the still incomplete Great Dictionary from 1918 to 1920. In Oxford, the letter continues, I wrote a cosmological myth, the music of Ainur, defining the revelation of the One, the transcendental creator, to the valor, the powers, the angelical first created, and their part in ordering and carrying out the primeval design. It may seem an excessive departure from the tale of the fall of Gondalin to his myth, the creation of the world, but I hope it will soon be apparent why I have made it. The central conception of the cosmological myth is declared in the music of the Ainur. It is not until the 30s. Hold on. Hello?
Hey.
Hey.
Where did he go?
Yeah, he's back.
So, may I ask what happened?
I have no idea. I have no idea how he got out. All I know is he's back, and that's all that matters.
He came to your door, or how did you get him?
Well, this morning when I was going out to work, excuse me, I heard him meowing and caterwauling, and I just said, "Come here, Peanut, come here," and he immediately came to me. I didn't even have to worry about it. I had a dish of food, and he just ate it voraciously. So, yeah.
Was he out? He was outside then?
He was outside. He's got a scratch on his nose. And I don't know where he got that from, but he seems to be fine, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
I'm relieved.
Yeah.
I meant to tell you that all they have currently at Home Depot are line feeders, and that's really hard physical labor. They usually have guys do it. And they don't have anything available except for second shift, but if you want first shift, they're going to let me know. So they'll keep me informed on that, and I'm assuming you want first shift.
Yeah, I would prefer first shift and whatever you do.
Okay. Well, they'll keep me informed. Guess what I'm doing tomorrow?
What?
I am volunteering.
For?
It's basically we're helping a group of veterans rebuild, paint and garden and whatever else needs to be done. Of course, I'm doing painting and gardening.
That's through the Home Depot?
Mhm. Yeah, I don't get paid to do it, but it's just giving back to the community. It's one of our core values.
Cool. Can I volunteer?
You don't work for the Home Depot, so no. No, you cannot. Unless you want to just show up and say, "Hey, guess what? Can I help?"
Yeah.
They may not approve of that.
They may not.
They may not approve of that because you don't work for them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's worth a shot, but I wouldn't recommend doing it.
Well, it's all good. Oh, I think Isaac wants to take me out tonight, so I really need to sit and rest for a minute. But I really wanted to go grab some food at that Juaniquita, and it's all your fault. You don't know how many more people have gotten addicted to that place.
Juaniquita is incredible. I love it, and I adore their horchata.
Oh, well, their horchata is it has peanuts in it.
Yeah, he can't have that.
I did try it once.
My good friend, he absolutely loves it. He said, "Give me another. This is so damn good."
You have their guac and no. Oh, I love their torta cubana, their pupusas, their.
Hi, baby.
I love there's something called the Del Campo. I
Hi.
really like that.
I haven't had the Del Campo.
Oh my goodness, I like it.
I always get the pupusas. Because those are my favorite. And then, of course, I get the Mexican colas, which I'm addicted to. Yeah, guess who's in my lap right now? Little fuzz butts in my lap right now.
Yeah.
He's happy. Well, I'm going to let you go. I got lots to do, so I'll see you later, alrighty?
Okay. I don't have much to say. I did want to reconnect with you and talk a little bit.
Well, I'm available on the weekend.
Like Saturday?
Yep. All day. And Sunday, I go to church and I get out at 2.
Well, if you're in this area on a Sunday, you can. Wait, no, I work on Sunday.
Oh, darn it. It was worth a shot, wasn't it?
Yeah, but in the future, you know.
You little booger. You little booger.
Yeah.
You're a happy booger now, aren't you? Oh, brat. He is. He's a brat.
It's all right. I'm just glad you found him. I was real worried.
Well, he came to me. He's a very unusual cat.
That's good, though.
I didn't know if he would or not, but that's not the first time he's actually come to me. There was one time my dad and I were watching a really old-fashioned movie, and the screen door blew open. He got outside, and I went to go looking for him, and he was actually he was in the backyard. He had his face all covered up. He was all scared, and I said, "Peanut," and he actually called so I could get him. And I picked him up and took him back inside. He didn't move. So he knew what to do. Well, you take care, all right?
Okay. Maybe. I don't know. I'll let you go. Huh? I guess I'm curious what you have to do. I don't want to keep you, but what's all on your agenda?
It's your typical warehouse job. It's pretty straightforward. Besides, it hurts to talk.
Oh. It hurts to talk. I'm sorry.
It hurts to talk.
Okay. Come here, baby. Okay, we'll talk later. I'll let you go. Bye, girl.
Bye. God bless you.
God bless you.
Bye. Anyway, sorry I got cut off there, but the book is absolutely sensational, and I highly recommend it to anybody who's a fan of Christopher's work, and of course he even has, of course, the family tree and a map. And I love the map. The map is insanely detailed. But it says Christopher, he's the third son. He was appointed by Tolkien to be his literary executor. He's developed himself since his father's death to be editing the publication of his unpublished writings, notably the Silmarillion and the collections of the unfinished tales in the history of Middle-earth. He and his wife have lived in France since 1975, which I didn't know. Still, it's well worth noting that even his dad made him executor of his literary estate, and that's a high calling. A very lofty calling indeed. But it is just absolutely mesmerizing. Once you begin, it's absolutely mesmerizing. You fall in love with Tuor and the battle with Morgoth, and you're just so engrossed with the treachery and the usurpment and the backbiting and the betrayal that goes on, and then all this beauty as well, because he does a really good contrast between just the inhumanity, despite the fact that it's fantasy. It's always been said of fantasy epics in the past anyway, but it hurts to talk. I'm still kind of ill from the concert, but I'm sure I'm going to improve, or I'd be doing other parodies that I can't right now, but soon. I've got them written down, and I will record them eventually, but right now is not the time. So, until next time, live long and prosper. Ciao, Tutti.